I think the 60,000 barrels a day target is a great target to have for KOC. Obviously, that production capacity target needs to be in line with the OPEC production figures that they've agreed to, but that's only phase one of a much larger 100,000 barrels a day program. As with all projects, you need to make sure that each stage of the project stays on track in order to make sure that the final end date is achieved. So in some cases that KOC have been a bit cautious. The response from their market, from the market and the subcontracting community has not been as fast as they would like. And once projects are awarded, then assumptions are made on end dates. There's nothing worse than having an end date which doesn't move when your start date has been delayed. So obviously the construction contractor for the main plant for the 60,000 barrels a day is working hard and fast to get that that construction on track. We're hoping to work with the construction contractor in the operations and maintenance phase for that. And there's lots of things that a company like ours can do to help programs like that work. I mentioned earlier the early production facilities. So when projects are delayed for many valid reasons, a mobile production company like ourselves is able to maintain early production on a temporary basis until the main plant is installed, commissioned and operating at 100%. So we're definitely in a position to help achieve those targets, even if the main production plant has been delayed for whatever reason. Well, I think the agenda for EOR is to make things cheaper, faster, more energy efficient and more environmentally benign. And if there's one thing that I've come across, that I've come away from this conference, is the absolute imperative to collaborate. So on its own, one technology isn't going to deliver everything. So people are talking about solar. Now solar is a fabulous example of a technology that can reduce power consumption, and solar has to be part of the future for steam generation and thermal EOR projects. On its own, solar is not going to be successful unless it has enabling technologies. So raising steam in a cyclical way with solar is what they do. When the sun is up, their steam ramps up. When the sun goes down, their production decreases. We have to have an equal and opposite mechanism to maintain steam production. Now that's not an easy thing to do. So you need specialist steam companies like ourselves who've got the operational capacity to ramp up and ramp down their steam generation equipment without putting undue stresses on our equipment. And that's a very, very delicate balance. In addition to that, we need to be thinking about the steam distribution network, how that's managed. So that's another very difficult control challenge which needs to be looked at.